understanding and perspective on the issues. On a very large extent, I have been conducting researches, and I'm still on research on ways and manners in which we are going to adopt and the strategies to be used in addressing some of these security challenges, particularly as it relates to the issue of armed banditry in the Northwest. We've seen a lot of intersection and interjections between actually the people we call the bandits and also the terrorists. And we have seen what the Borno model has actually caused to some extent to the Northwest, because the movement of some of these terrorist groups, for instance, from the Northeast to the Northwest, has impacted and is still impacting negatively on the political landscape of the northwestern Nigeria. As we speak today, there are so many terrorist groups in the Northwest who are either directly or indirectly linked to the Northeast. The Boko Haram members, we've seen their presence in the Northwest. We've seen the presence of ISWAP in the Northwest. We've seen the presence of Jaswa in the Northwest. Ansaru are also in the Northwest. We have the Lakurawa also operating around Nigeria, Niger border, more especially along the Sokoto axis. But when you try to dig deep into the roots of these groups, for instance, and even cells, what do we see? We've seen them tracing their history to actually the Northeast. It's not just talking about banditry, for instance, and the bandit camps, but the government need to study very closely who are these bandits, where actually are they located, why are they located, where they are located, what is their relationship with the communities, the source of weapons, the source of drugs, and also the shadow actors, quote and unquote, responsible for actually the activities of this banditry. Because up till today, we talked about banditry. I still have the belief that we don't have a deeper understanding of these groups, their number, their location, their history, and also the nature of even the complexity of their activities. We should know, as a student of history, I can tell you that there are lots of bandit families in the northwestern Nigeria that have been operating for over 60, 70 years. And with the emergence of modern banditry in 2011, for instance, we've seen these families actually transforming into the modern act of banditry. It is only when we understand these typologies, these differences, and also these histories and trajectories, no way we can address the issue without understanding this. Meaning, there are quite a number of bandits that need to be absolutely and completely wiped out. And also there are those that needs to be talked to and they were listed. And there are also those that are into the act because they were forced to be into it. And also there are a lot of communities as we speak that are quote and unquote supported banditry because they are living under the regime of force. They are living under the regime of banditry. Because of what? Because of the argument people often raise about the ungoverned and undergoverned spaces, for instance. Yeah, we see a lot of bandit warlords. They are emerging, they are still emerging, and they emerging and also taking control over some of these communities. And the loyalty of most of these traditional, most of these communities are to the bandit, not to the Nigerian state, not to the Nigerian government, not to even the state or local government. Because what they see, the situation has always been the might is always right, and they are very close to this bandit, and these bandits actually impose levies on them. They control them. They define what they should do and how they should do it. Meaning, they see them on daily basis and they respond to their calls on daily basis, not because they want to do that, but because there is absolutely security gap. There are a lot of security lapses within the Nigerian security framework. And that is why they have no option other than to have respect for the bandits, to listen to the bandits, and also to remain perpetually under the bandit regime. And this is what we are seeing now in the larger part of the northwestern Nigeria. We should understand that these people are people like you and I. Meaning, they are people that are known by their names, are people that are known by their location, for instance, more especially like researchers like myself, know these people very well. And we don't go close to them unless on invitation. And if they should invite you for an interview or for a research, for instance, you are 100% safe because there is a network of communication. So date, so time, I'm expecting so person, passing so road, and also wearing so type of dress, he is coming to me. Whatever happens to him, I will hold you responsible. Meaning, the bandit leader or the bandit warlord will pass this information. Therefore, you get there, you conduct the interview, you interact with him, you get all the necessary intelligence, and then you come back, nothing happens to you. So it is a basic fact that they have a system. They have a command structure, they have a system in which they communicate and relate with each other. And that system of communication, unless that system of communication is broken, unless that synergy and relationship between these bandits, for instance, are absolutely broken and dealt with decisively, we cannot see the end of this problem.